Ije was a young girl who lived in the village of Oka. She had the darkest skin anyone had ever seen, rich, deep and smooth like polished coal. But in a village where lighter skin was praised more, people saw her beauty as a curse, not a gift. Ije grew up with her grandmother Mamun Kim, who always told her, "My daughter, black is beautiful. Your black skin is gold. Don't let them fool you." But the villagers didn't see gold. They saw what they called a mistake. In the market, women would whisper loudly as she passed. "See how dark she is, like midnight. Please don't stain my clothes with your color. Don't even come close to my store." At weddings, mothers would point her out to their daughters and say, "Better pray you don't end up like that one, black and unlucky." Children would play cruel games pretending to be scared of her in broad daylight. They called it "darkness has come" and would run away screaming whenever she approached. At church, some elders would move away from the bench when EJ sat close, muttering under their breath, "This one is too black. Oh. Are you sure she's even a human?" No matter where she went, EJ carried the heavy burden of shame others placed on her. In school, things weren't any better. Even though EJ was very brilliant, always coming first in exams, no one wanted to sit next to her. During school projects, she would hear classmates saying, "Please, I don't want to sit with that black girl. She's bad luck and it might follow us." One day, after a spelling competition where EJ won, a teacher said jokingly, "Ah, if only brains could bleach skin, you would have been perfect." Everyone laughed at her. EJ laughed too, but tears filled her eyes when she got home. At night, she would lie on Mama Nkem's lap crying, asking, "Mama, why did God make me so dark if people would hate me for it?" And every night, Mama Nkem would rub her back gently and whisper, "The same God who made you will surprise them." As EJ grew into a stunning woman with graceful curves and a bright smile, the pain didn't stop. It got worse. Suitors came and fled. Chinedu, a very handsome and rich carpenter, visited once after hearing about her good character. The moment he saw her, he blinked in shock and later told people at the beer parlor, "I thought they said she was beautiful. She's too dark. This one is charcoal. I can't marry her. All my children will be too black. No, 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 no. I won't marry her." Another day, Obinna, a rich banker from Enugu, secretly admired her intelligence. But when he introduced the idea of marrying her to his mother, the woman screamed, "Umbanu, God forbid. She will give birth to shadow children." Obinna sent EJ a message 2 days later. "Sorry, my mother says no." Even young boys in the village mocked her openly. One day, two boys on a bicycle threw stones at her, shouting, "Blackie, midnight, coal pots, go and hide inside a dark room. That is where you belong." Her heart broke every time she heard these words. There was even a time during a village festival when a group of drummers created a song on the spot. "If you don't want to disappear at night, don't marry Blackie like EJ. If you don't want to disappear at night, don't marry a Blackie like IJ." The crowd laughed. EJ fought back tears and walked away with her head bowed. One painful day, during a market day rush, a wicked woman accused EJ of stealing tomatoes simply because she didn't want EJ touching her goods. People gathered and pushed EJ around, calling her a thief and a bad omen, all because of her dark skin. It was only when Mamun came running and stood between her and the angry crowd that they left her alone. EJ realized that no matter how good or smart she was, her village had already judged her. She packed her few belongings and said to Mama, Mama, I must leave. I won't die in a place where I'm not seen. With tears in her eyes, Mamun hugged her and said, Go, my diamond. The world is waiting to see you shine. With only 3,000 in her bag, EJ left for Lagos. Lagos was a battlefield. She slept under Ojuelegba Bridge for 2 nights. She faced hunger, mosquito bites, and fear, but she didn't give up. When she finally got a job as a cleaner in a hair salon at Yaba, she grabbed it with both hands. At the salon, some customers sneered at her too. One lady, while getting her hair braided, pointed at EJ and whispered to the stylist, Why do you keep this kind of a black thing around you? It will drive away customers. But Auntie Dupe, the saloon owner, saw something different. EJ's heart and brilliance. And that changed everything. With Auntie Dupe's support, EJ learned how to use computers. She opened an online store named Ebony Gold, proudly celebrating her dark skin. At first, sales were slow. Some customers even left comments like, Why is a black girl selling beauty products? She knows nothing about beauty. But EJ ignored the hate. Then one day, a famous actress posted about Ebony Gold, and everything changed. Others flooded in. Within 3 years, EJ became one of the richest young women in Nigeria. She built Ebony Gold Academy, Ebony Gold clinics, and even started Ebony Gold Foundation to support girls with dark skin. She didn't just stop there. She made sure she finished her education. While she was working, she was also attending weekend programs at the Lagos State University, and she graduated with a first class. Then one day she sat in her bedroom and thought to herself, It is time to visit my home, Oka. I also need to see my grandmother, Mamun Kim. And she decided to go on a trip to her village, the village that rejected her. When she returned to Oka in a black SUV, the villagers who once mocked her fought to touch her hands. Oh my God! Is this not EJ, the black girl? She looks so beautiful with a big car. So something good can actually come out of this girl? The villagers were amazed. They fought practically to touch her because she looked so beautiful. They admired her. Chinedu, one of the suitors that rejected EJ back in the years, heard of her arrival and saw how beautiful she now looked. She wasn't just beautiful, she was now rich, the richest in the land. When Chinedu saw EJ, he said to her, EJ, so you can be this beautiful? I never knew black is beautiful. Oh my goodness, I am now ready to marry you. Forgive me for rejecting you years back. And EJ said to Chinedu, Chinedu, I forgive you, but I can't marry you. I am so busy with my business right now. Marriage is the last thing on my mind, and when the right time comes and I find the right man, I will definitely get married, but not you. And Chinedu left in shame. Obinna, the banker, the one that said his mother rejected EJ because of her skin color, also came to see EJ, but he couldn't bring himself to talk to her. He bowed his head in shame and said to himself, If only I had known, I would have married this girl. I wouldn't have listened to my mother. My mother does not have the right to dictate who will be my wife or not. It is my life after all. And he left in shame. Mama Kim was so happy and proud of her granddaughter. And she said to her, "My daughter, I told you, black is gold. Black is beautiful. Do not let people fool you. I love the fact that you were confident in yourself. Now see them. They all mocked you. They are all rejoicing with you and they admire you now." AJ spent few days in the village, taking care of the needy, supplying foodstuff to the widows, and basic amenities to almost everybody in the village. They were all proud of EJ and sang her praises. They no longer called her Blackie. This time they called her Black Beauty. EJ returned to the city, continued with her business, and one day she met a handsome young man who was mesmerized by her beauty. And he said to her, "Beautiful, I love you and I would like to marry you." As the time went on, they both loved each other and got married to each other. And EJ lived a very happy life. Her husband adored her and adored her skin as well, always complimenting her beauty. He would say to her, "EJ, your beauty is rare. You are unique. You have a unique skin, and I am so proud to be your husband." The world just took time to see it. And EJ and her husband lived happily ever after. Today, EJ is a voice across Africa. She stands tall for every dark skinned child, mocked or made to feel small. She used her pain as fuel, not anger. She forgave everyone who hurt her, but she never forgot the lessons. Now, the moral of this story is this: beauty is not in skin color. Strength is not in revenge, but in rising higher. Your value is not what people say, it's what God says. If people mock you today, smile, because tomorrow they may wish they knew you better. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you were entertained, and you were not just entertained, you also learned a thing or two.